Even with a decade's worth of information on Iraqi refugees, didn't we still encounter cases of domestic terrorism conducted by those admitted as refugees? With significantly less information on potential Syrian refugees, isn't it true that you can't ensure that the Iraqi experience is not going to be replayed?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Yes, you're correct that we did discover in people who had come in as refugees from Iraq a number of people who were of serious concern, including two that were charged when we found their fingerprints on improvised explosive devices from Iraq. And there's no doubt that that was the product of a less than excellent vetting that had been done on Iraqi refugees. There's good news and bad news. The good news is we have improved dramatically our ability as an interagency, all parts of the U.S. government, to query and check people. The bad news is our ability to touch data with respect to people who may come from Syria may be limited. That is, if we don't know much about somebody, there won't be anything in our database. In fact,
much less than we would have access to when we were in Iraq.
I think that's fair.
Had extensive networking and access to information about Iraqi citizens. That simply does not in any way compare to the lack of information we have today about Syrian nationals who are seeking refugee status in the United States.
I think that's a fair generality. That the data we had available to us from Iraq from a decade of our folks being there, encountering people, is richer than the data we have from Syria.